Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing another DC Universe Classic review, and that will be of the Walmart exclusive Power Girl. Take a look at this Power Girl right here. I know, that was pretty bad. A little information about Power Girl. Now, Power Girl is from Earth 2, and she is actually the Earth 2 counterpart of Supergirl. She is essentially Supergirl from Earth 2. The cousin of Earth 2's Superman. Came from Krypton and showed up on Earth. Now, she eventually takes up the identity of Power Girl, and when Superman goes into semi-retirement for his own personal reasons, she takes his spot on the Justice Society of America, of Earth 2. Not to be confused of the Justice Society of America now. She was considered a kind of a daughter to Superman and Lois Lane of Earth 2. Eventually, the Crisis of Infinite Earths happened, and Earth 2, Earth 1, I believe Earth S, Earth X all get merged together. I'm going to have to reread Crisis of Infinite Earths to confirm that. It's been like a month since I read it, but obviously the big reformatting happened. For some reason, which is never explained, Power Girl is spared, and when she shows up in the modern continuity on the New Earth, she is believed to actually be the granddaughter of an Atlantean mage who saved her life and sent her into the future, the modern era, sent her into the future to prevent her from being destroyed by the mage's brother. Oh, okay. So anyways, Power Girl believes this. What a fucking idiot. But she believes this to be true. Eventually she joins up with the Justice Society of America, and she's taken under the wing of Superman. Our Superman. The New Earth Superman. We're talking in New Earth standards now. I know it's a little bit confusing. Eventually, during the Infinite Crisis, Power Girl finds out about her true identity, her true backstory as being actually Supergirl from Earth 2. She meets up with Lois Lane and Superman from Earth 2. However, both of them die during the Infinite Crisis, and it takes a profound effect on Power Girl. Because, you know, she gets all her memories back, her real life, and she gets to see her family again, and DC takes it away. Gotta love how things happen. After this, Power Girl tries to find a ways to cope with her new identity, well, not really her new identity, but her true self. And currently in Blackest Night, I believe she's fighting against the Black Lantern of Lois Lane from Earth 2. I believe that's the case. So that's basically what you need to know about Power Girl. Powers and ability-wise. As with all Kryptonians, she gets the standard Kryptonian physiology benefits. Super speed, super strength, near invulnerability, heat vision, X-ray vision, telescopic vision, super hearing, super breath, all the stuff Superman would get. Weaknesses. She is weak to magic, of course. And she's weak to kryptonite. However, she's only weak to kryptonite from Earth 2. She's not weak from kryptonite from the mainstream Earth. I know. So anyway, those are her powers and abilities. In addition to that, she's a very skilled fighter. Out of the Superman family, she's definitely on par with Superman, I want to say. Supergirl has more technique than Superman, but Superman has more experience. The same thing would go with Power Girl. You know, she may not have as much technique or finesse that Supergirl has, because Supergirl was trained by the Amazons, but she has a lot more experience, so that works towards her favor. So, with that said, I love Power Girl. I think she's a cool character, and I really want to read up more on her in Justice Society and pick up some of her individual series, because she did have two series, I believe. So anyways, let's get into Power Girl, the actual figure. Now, Power Girl is a girl. Duh. And in being a girl, she gets a female mold from Mattel. I almost said DC. She gets a female mold from Mattel. And Mattel usually goes up and down with their female molds. See, with the exception of Hawkgirl and Catwoman, there's usually their female molds are really good, but there's something wrong with them. There's always a flaw to it. Hawkgirl, I think, is an almost perfect figure. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning. And Catwoman, in my opinion, is also an absolutely beautiful female figure. Now, I know Catwoman as a Mattel figure gets a lot of criticism from fans because of her weak joints and the arms breaking, but her arms are the same as all female arms from Mattel. It's really just you reviewers and toy collectors bending the arm to show everyone how weak it is. Don't bend the arm and it won't break. My figure is perfectly fine because I don't break the arm. I know it's a weak figure, so I stay away from doing that. No offense to anyone who does that. I mean, your figure, your choice, but obviously it's going to break if you screw around with the arms. And the female arms from Mattel are weak, and that's the case for everyone. But back to my original point, is Mattel, I feel as though the best figures Mattel's pulled out for the females are Catwoman and Hawkgirl. All the other figures have had some kind of flaws. They have been really good, but have had some kind of flaws. Power Girl is the same. However, her flaws are much smaller than some of the others. Let's start off with the good, though. Power Girl just absolutely looks stunning at first glance. A great representation of the comic book version of Power Girl. One thing I like about her is that the molds in all the female molds from Mattel are different, but her differences are a little bit more obvious. Let's talk about the fucking gorilla sitting in the corner right there next to my Batman figures, and that would be her breasts. Okay. Power Girl is well known for having cleavage, and Mattel was obviously going to play off this. I was worried that Mattel was going to make, well, porn star boobs for the figure. But however, I'm happy to say that the cleavage on Power Girl is actually very presentable in a classy way. Well, the classiest way you can do with showing off your knockers. But anyways, I like the way that the mold is done. It's very well proportioned. It's a bit more muscular, and that's good because, well, she is Power Girl. Hence, power. She is a little bit more muscular as a character. Another thing I like about this figure is how the boots and the gloves are very nicely detailed with the, I like to call them the pirate boot look, with the little cuffing right there. The belt is a totally separate piece of plastic to the figure itself, as is the cape and the string or the rope connecting to the cape. However, they are plastic, and I would have liked to see cloth used, but you get what you get. So those are the good things. I mean, her face is very nice looking, and her hair, I like the length that they did with her hair, because Power Girl either has long hair, like this hair this long, or it's really short, and it looks bad when it's short. But I like how they did the hair here. She also has a full range of articulation for a female DC Direct figure, so she's not dampered by anything at all. I mean, if you're going to move her arm back, the cape does damper it, but that's about it. Other than that, she has full range of articulation, and that's something I like. Although mine, for some reason, the paint is rubbing off on the figure. Fuck it. Bad things. Now, like I said, Power Girl does have a few bad things, but actually much smaller than the others. First bad thing is the T-crotch. Okay, now we're going to talk about female groins here, so if you're going to laugh and giggle, go right ahead. I'm being absolutely serious. When you Mattel's doing a female figure such as Wonder Woman or Power Girl who wear bikini slash bathing suit like costumes, the T-crotch is going to have a problem because, see, the bikini slash swimsuit has like a V shape whenever women wear it. However, when you do it on a figure, you can notice that it's kind of blocky. Give me a moment and I'll give you an example. I'm going to pull down this DC Direct Wonder Woman figure, one of my favorites. Now, as you can see here, the bikini works for the figure. We're not using the T-crotch here. It obviously looks very natural. It does not look like an action figure. It looks like, obviously, a statue of Wonder Woman. I'm going to put you down here, my girl. However, if you look at this, just like the Wonder Woman from Wonder Woman and Artemis from DC Universe Classic, the T-crotch looks very much like a toy. It's a little less noticeable on Power Girl for some odd reason. She actually pulls it off better than Wonder Woman. However, it's still noticeable. With characters like Black Canary or Catwoman or Big Barda or Hawkgirl who don't wear bikinis, the T-crotch works because it just does. They're wearing pants. However, I mean, again, I'm comparing Mattel to a DC Direct figure, but you can see here Obviously, the T-crotch makes it look noticeably like a figure. So let me just put the lasso truth back in Wonder Woman's hand. Boom, and put it back on her stand. Okay. Oh god, how did that happen? One other problem with this figure, and only small problem, is her head gives off the illusion that it's bigger than it is. But eventually, I guess you get used to it. I don't know if that's a problem. I guess it's just me going crazy. But on a whole, take a look at this figure. Power Girl is one of the 3 figures I really wanted to get from the Walmart exclusive line. I mean, I want to get them all. I want to get Beast Boy. I still want to get Man Bat. But the 3 figures I wanted to get the most was Power Girl, Man Bat, and Joker. So far, I've gotten my hands on Power Girl and Joker, but not Man Bat. Power Girl is a pretty easy figure to get your hands on. What you have to understand is that Mattel first release of the Walmart exclusives back at wave 4 or 5, I forget. The distribution was absolutely atrocious. However, the distribution for this Walmart wave is a lot better. You can find the figures easier, so Power Girl's not as rare. Plus, you can get her online for fairly cheap, around $11 on Amazon. And she's being reissued in one of the later waves. I think the wave that has a Spectre in it, and Facade, and Dr. Midnight. So, on a whole, she's fairly easy to get your hands on. Whether or not you should get her, oh yeah, I definitely recommend her. Power Girl is a great looking figure. Definitely has a lot of good going for her. I would go out of my way to get her. She's just absolutely stunning figure.